Hey all my loyal fans, it's me Rhythm, and today I'm going to explain moon and eclipses. So what are we waiting for? Let's start. Moon. The moon is Earth's natural satellite. A satellite is a thing which revolves around something bigger than itself. The moon's gravity is 1/6 to Earth. We will weigh less on the moon. This is why we will jump much higher on the moon than on Earth. Gosh, I would love to play football on moon. The moon takes about 1 month to rotate on its own axis and also at the same time revolving around Earth. There is no atmosphere on moon. Also because of this, the place where the sunlight falls is very hot and the place where it is dark is very cold. In that case, I won't like to play football on moon. The first person to walk on moon was Neil Armstrong. 2 weeks of the Earth equals to 1 day of the moon. Same with the night. Gosh, means 28 days? That's a lot. That's a long day. Phases of moon. Guys, are you seeing this part? You must be thinking that why aren't we able to see the moon entirely? This is actually the shadow of Earth covering the moon because of the sun. Lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth is between sun and the moon. It occurs on a full moon night. When the moon revolves, the shadow of the Earth falls on it because of the sunlight. At that time, we can see the moon from the Earth. An eclipse lasts for a few hours or minutes. Solar eclipse. In a solar eclipse, the moons come between sun and the Earth. It occurs on a new moon day. During a solar eclipse, the moon comes in between sun and the Earth and blocks the sunlight. This shadow falls on the Earth. There are 2 types of solar eclipses, partial and total. It depends on the parts moon blocks of the sun. We should not look at a solar eclipse directly, especially when the sun, Earth and the moon are in one line. It could damage our eyes. An eclipse lasts for some hours or minutes. Tides. Most of the Earth is covered with water. Because of moon's gravitational pull, it seems to pull Earth's water. This gives rise to a tide. There are 2 kinds of tides, high tide and low tide. High tide is when the level of sea rises. Low tide is when the level of sea becomes low. In 12.5 hours, there is 1 high tide followed by a low tide. 2 high tides occur every day on Earth. When the moon pulls water, it also pulls the Earth a little bit. When the Earth goes a bit forward towards the moon, the water at the opposite side of the tide stays over there, so 2 high tides get formed. The water in between the high tides is low tide. Fishermen need to keep a track of the high and low tides as it could be dangerous to go in a high tide. So guys, you can take the example of this thing. This picture. This is the moon over here and this is the high tide. Because of the moon's gravitational pull, it's pulling Earth's water over there. So it also pulls the Earth a little bit. So in the starting, the Earth was over here and now it goes over there. So the water at this side of the Earth stays over here and 2 high tides get formed. Between these 2 high tides is 2 low tides. Thank you.